Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Severin, 116th District State Representative. I serve the people of South Central and Southeastern Illinois in what was formerly known as Coal Country. I'm also the ranking Republican member of the House Energy and Environment Committee. Recently, we learned of the results of the MISO auction and the enormous price spikes that are coming to Ameren customers in areas of Illinois that my colleagues and I represent. These new price spikes come on the heels of 2 summers of price spikes from previous MISO auctions, as customers have seen their electricity bills double and triple in some areas of the state. In light of this news, Representative Halbrook, a fellow member of the House Energy and Environment Committee, suggested that the House Republican members of the committee submit a letter to the chair and vice chair of the committee asking for joint hearings of the House and Senate Energy and Environment and Energy and Public Utilities Committees to hear from industry experts as what is the cause of these energy price spikes. I've spoken with Representative Ammons, who chairs the committee, and Representative Mason, who is the vice chair of the committee. We are here today to reiterate our call for hearings into this matter. House Republicans are concerned for the financial future of our constituents and our businesses, and for the future security, reliability, and affordability of our energy grid. We need answers. People can't afford the energy policies that have been put in place in Illinois. The numbers don't lie. We don't have enough energy production capacity. We have artificially and prematurely stifled our coal, oil, and natural gas industries in Illinois. We need answers. The only way to get the answers to what is going on is to bring in experts from across the country, from both sides of the aisle, to explain what is going on and why our constituents are being financially burdened by huge spikes in their energy prices. Summer is coming. Weeks and months of 90-degree weather are coming soon. With that weather, we know big energy price spikes are coming. People aren't prepared for this. We need answers. We need hearings. We're supposed to be in the Energy and Environment Committee coming up this afternoon. We can get started getting these answers today. That's why we're here now. There's plenty of time in this session to get the answers we need so we can help the people we represent and deal with these surging prices and come up with a better plan for energy and affordability. With that, I'll turn over to my colleague, State Representative Brad Halbrook.
Thank you, Representative Severin. Hello, I'm State Representative Brad Halbrook from the 107th District, just southeast of here, about 65 miles. Last week, I spoke on the House floor about the energy crisis unfolding in Spain and the warnings it carries for us here in Illinois. Spain embraced extreme climate policies and shut down baseload generation too soon. The result? A grid collapsed. Elevators froze mid-floor, businesses shut down, and people literally died. This is what happens when energy policy is driven by ideology and climate hysteria instead of facts and fundamentals. Sadly, Illinois is following the same failed path. Under the majority party, 2 major laws were passed, FEJA in 2016 and CEJA in 2021. These weren't serious policies. They were political talking points designed to satisfy a flawed agenda. And now, 5 years from CEJA's 2013 shutdown mandates, the consequences are piling up. We're seeing skyrocketing energy cost, unreliable service, and an increasing dependence on imported electricity, energy that is often less clean than what we formerly produced here. Meanwhile, we're losing good-paying jobs and prematurely closing coal and natural gas plants that have powered our homes and communities. Some Republicans warned that this would happen. We said that this legislation would destabilize our grid and raise prices. We were right. The truth is, renewables alone cannot meet demand without the support of reliable inertia-based generation from coal, natural gas, and nuclear. That is the backbone of a stable energy system. Safety must come first. There's nothing clean about energy that endangers lives. But instead of revisiting these failed policies, the majority continues to push short-term patches and virtual signaling legislation. This is all predictable and preventable. What we need are real solutions, not climate hysteria. We need serious leadership willing to put facts before ideology and build a balanced, resilient energy strategy that prioritizes affordability, safety, and reliability for every Illinoisan. Last week, we sent a letter to the Energy Committee leadership requesting a subject matter hearing on this crisis. As of today, the response was there's not enough time to hold a hearing. We were scheduled to have an Energy and Environment Committee at 4 o'clock this afternoon to discuss a resolution on solar panels. However, just moments before walking in here, we heard that that would no longer happen. Instead, Democrats are taking no substantive action on anything. This is not serious policy making. These are not serious people about addressing a serious crisis. Our solution starts with accountability, common sense, and courage to challenge failed ideas. Illinois families deserve more than window dressing and political theater. They deserve real answers, and they deserve them now. House and Senate Republicans are committed to getting these answers and restoring energy policy grounded in truth, not talking points. Just a few short years ago, we heard about the summer of love. No one is going to love their energy bills this summer. Now I will turn it over to Leader Davidsmeyer, who will address the public utilities aspect of this crisis. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Good afternoon. I'm State Representative C.D. Davidsmeyer. I represent the 100th District, which is all or part of 10 counties in west central Illinois. Illinois is struggling with an energy crisis as prices and demand spike. The state is facing significant decrease in electricity generation. At the same time, demand is increasing. Due to misguided public policies like the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, as well as market factors, Illinois power generation capacity has taken a significant hit. CEJA, as the bill is referred to, opponents, including myself, warned of rising prices and reduced supply when this law was originally passed 4 years ago. Under current law, all electricity in the state of Illinois will be required to come from zero emission sources and nuclear power by 2045. We have literally tied our hands and turned our backs on abundant Illinois coal, all in the name of the failed Green New Deal. Coal-fired electricity generation fell from 46% of the state's portfolio in 2009 to just 15% in 2023. About 1/3 of the total drop in coal capacity occurred in 2022 alone. Since 2007, all or parts of 23 coal-fired plants have closed in Illinois. From Edwards to Havana, Hennepin to Will County, coal plant after coal plant was shut down. While environmentalists may say this is a great thing, the harsh reality for Illinois families is anything but great. Skyrocketing prices, lost jobs, and serious concerns about the availability and reliability of electric power are hurting working families and seniors across the state. The price of electricity in northern Illinois, rose to the highest point in the last decade over the summer of 2024, when electric capacity prices spiked more than 800% to about $270 per megawatt day. Prices have skyrocketed now this year in downstate MISO grid, where Ameren serves the territory. The most recent MISO auction for the summer months resulted in capacity prices that are 22 times higher. So 800% higher in the Northern Territory last year. We're talking about over 2,000% higher in the MISO grid territory in downstate Illinois, higher than last year's prices. Capacity prices in the upcoming summer season jumped to $666.50 per megawatt day from $30 per megawatt day last year. As a result of the increase in summer capacity charges, Ameren Illinois supply price will increase by roughly 50%, from around 8 cents per kilowatt hour to around 12 cents per kilowatt hour. This will result in approximately 18 to 22% total bill increase for residential Ameren customers. The MISO capacity auction results highlight the continuing energy challenges facing downstate Illinois. The state isn't bringing renewable energy online quick enough. Illinois is behind on its goal for all renewable generation, and backlogs at the regional grid operators have delayed renewable electricity generation from coming online. CEJA's aim to replace fossil fuels with renewables is falling short. In Illinois' next benchmark is to have 40% of our electricity sales come from renewables by 2030. As of October 2024, renewable portfolio standard was less than halfway to meeting that mark. The Illinois Commerce Commission said last year, there is presently no assurance that private sector investment and government incentives will be enough to build enough clean power replacements. The ICC published a chart showing that by 2045, when Illinois coal and natural gas plants are scheduled to be gone, the state's section of MISO could have the capacity to produce just 30% of the electricity it needs. 30%. Rising solar output could fill some of this gap, but definitely not all, the ICC said. According to the ICC, this MISO shortfall is the state's most pressing energy issue. Clearly, Illinois' energy policy and infrastructure are failing to meet the huge demand for reliability and reasonable price. As a result, Illinois families are getting slammed with higher power bills and reduced reliability. Ameren has repeatedly said that the most important step that Illinois legislators can take this year is to launch a formal planning process for how future energy production will match up with future demand. The state hasn't had such a formal planning process since 1997, when our energy generation was deregulated. We need to work with our public utilities to provide a formal planning process that will ensure sufficient resources are available to serve Illinois energy needs in the future. Governor Pritzker and the majority party in the legislature, where is your plan to maintain a reliable and affordable energy grid for Illinois families and Illinois businesses? We will open it up to questions.